Hey YouTube, here again with the second video of the Gem Knight. This time I'm going over the combos that I usually go over when I play this deck. These are the main 4 Gem Knight fusions that I use. I went over their effects last time, but I'll go over them again. You discard 1 Gem Knight card from your hand to the graveyard to destroy 1 face-up card your opponent controls with Gem Knight Prism Aura. When this card attacks, it goes to defense with 2600 defense. When it goes to the graveyard, you return 1 card your opponent controls. When he attacks, he can attack twice, and then if your opponent has a monster weaker than him, you take that monster's attack as effect damage. And this card, you contribute 1 gem monster, any gem monster or gem knight monster, so any card in the deck. And it gains that much attack, starts off at 25, and when it attacks a defense position monster, it pierces. So one of my favorite combos with my fusions, I'll usually go into Gem Knight Prism Aura first. At this point, I have the materials that I sent to the graveyard. One being Gem Knight Tourmaline because it's a thunder monster, and then any other Gem Knight monster. So let's say I sent Tourmaline and Alexandrite to make this guy. That means that Gem Knight Fusion and these 3 are in the graveyard. This is on the field. If I have DDR in my hand, this makes for a very, very great play. Because what I can do is I can remove Alexandrite from play, add it back to my hand, discard this card to destroy 1 face-up monster my opponent controls, activate Gem Knight Fusion's effect again, add it back to my hand by removing from play Gem Knight Tourmaline. Now, if I activate DDR, discard 1 card, Gem Knight Fusion, special summon Gem Knight Alexandrite from out of play. At this point, I contribute off Gem Knight Alexandrite, special summon any other Gem Knight normal monster from my deck, usually Crystal. Now I've got 2 2450 monsters on the field. I believe I've gotten rid of your face-up monster, so hopefully that's 49 directly right there. That's pretty game-breaking right there in itself. Another combo that I like to do a lot in this deck is I will fuse for Gem Knight Aquamarine. And if I usually fuse for her, then that means that I plan on going off next turn and you have a face down spell or trap card that I want to get rid of. So in order to fuse for her, I have to send out Gem Knight Sapphire and some other Gem Knight monster. So once again, let's act like it's Alexandrite. At this point, remove to add to my hand, and then now if I have any other Gem Knight card in my hand, let's say I have Tourmaline, if I fuse with these 2, I can make either of these and return your face down card back to your hand, which means that I can attack for 36 or I can remove and destroy and then attack for 2450. Another combo that I like to do when I have her on the field is fuse for Ruby. At this point, I have a 2500 and a 26 defense. Ruby's effect will tribute off Aquamarine to the graveyard. When I do that, I get to bounce a card that you control back to your hand as well. So, if you have something that's going to stop the attack, bounce it, gain 1400 to put him at 3900 attack. Attack your opponent directly, and you know, that's a good bit of damage right there as well. This whole deck, most of the cards revolve around my playstyle, which is really just getting Prism Aura out. He's my favorite one, like I've said multiple times. So I will abuse Gem Knight Fusion with his effect. Just discard 1 Gem Knight card, discard Gem Knight Fusion, and anytime I remove a Gem Knight monster from my graveyard, it's usually Gem Knight Alexandrite. All the cards in the deck that bring him back, there are so many that I run return, double DDR, and call. So if I have call on the field, I won't remove him, so I can call him back, tribute him off, and get another Crystal. I usually leave Crystal in the deck when I future fuse, just so that I can use Alexandrite to get him. If I use DDR, Gem Knight Fusion is normally the the card that I send out in order to get the card from out of play. All the fusions, their effects are they must first be special summoned from the extra deck. After that, you can special summon them anyway. So I can DDR if he's out of play. If your opponent bottomlesses him, DDR, send him out, special summon him back, and then you're back in business. Same thing with any of the fusions. And then because I basically remove 2 Gem-Knights per turn whenever I use Gem-Knight fusion. One so that I can make the fusion, and another so I can use Prismara's effect. There's 2 Gem-Knights out of play, at least, every turn. Return from the different dimension is being begged to play in this deck, because if your opponent survives this, right? I have these 3 in the grave, this face down, those are in the deck or something. They dark hole, okay, cool. I get hit. Gem-Knight Alexandrite is out of play because I used him to get Citrine Crystal, and so is Tourmaline because I had to destroy a card. Well, on your next turn, you draw, remove Prismara from your graveyard, add Gem-Knight Fusion in your hand, then activate Return. Now you get all 3 of these cards back on the field, along with a live Prismara, where you can destroy the card that they just, attacked you with. Then tribute off for another crystal, or tribute off for anything else that you want to make. Fuse to make a topaz, and then attack for game. This deck has so many different plays, so many different outs to anything that your opponent has. But for me, it all starts with Prismara. I hope this video has been at least somewhat helpful for you guys. Anyone who wants to make the deck, for me, it's based around Gem-Knight Fusion. Find a way to get this card to your hand quickly. Right now, Turtle's the most reliable way to do so. Just get it to your hand, and then anything that discards a card, you're basically doing it for free. Even if you have Alexandrite in the grave and you want to get Alexandrite back on the field, all you have to do is remove it with fusion, then DDR them back and send them out. It's crazy how easily you manipulate the graveyard with just this one card. So it's a it's a must run in 3s. I think it's extremely good. After my next video with my psychic monsters, I'm gonna put up a psychic duel, and maybe I'll be able to put up a Gem-Knight duel as well. But we'll see what happens. Anyways, like I said, I hope this helps you guys out a little bit. Don't forget to subscribe, thumbs up the video. Alright.